we got to tap into this government shutdown, and we need to tap into how long this craziness is going to last, if there's any timelines for this, anything that the divine source wants us to know, how we can prepare better for it, what are the likely outcome hoodships of this ghetto ass fiasco. Okay, the energies so far are scattered. Of course they would be, because we are living in, well, I'm not living, but the collective is living in chaotic times. I do feel there are going to be people who lose their jobs, unfortunately. And I feel like there's going to be some bullshit circulating around when they can be coming back. So, for example, I'm hearing furlough. There may be people who is on furlough, for example, just waiting around to see like when they're going to come back. And unfortunately, I do pick up at least two different organizations, maybe under federal, that is going to like maybe permanently let go of some people that they furloughed. And then I feel like whatever loophole the orange orangutan, whatever loophole he found through this whole shutdown to pretty much leave people out in the cold without any freaking explanation, I feel like he's going to do that. I feel like he's going to imply that. He's going to apply bullshit reasons like beating around the bush, not really giving anyone a complete let go letter, but it's pretty much just like until further notice, and there's just like no deadline, you know? And I feel like this could like apply to two branches, something organization and a federal. It feels like people are just going to be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what, like a serious, like, Mr. Crab moment. And that sucks. It's not even funny, honestly. It's like he loves, people are continuing to be in this space of, I don't, things are going to get bad and this and that and this and that. And it's like, nah, bro, we're literally already in that, you know? Um, I do sense that there will be some things or topics, at least 5 topics that's coming to light when it comes to this shutdown. So maybe he'll be exploited for at least 5 different things that he has tried to push through during the shutdown. If we're talking about how long this shutdown may last, y'all, I can't even kid you not. I'm feeling at least 9 days. I feel at least 9 days. I feel like there are people who are like furloughed or being released that may be out of work for up to 9 weeks. That also comes through, and I hate that. But I literally feel Sagittarius season being a, a season where people go back to work, or they'll hear what is going to be, going on moving forward with that specific position that they got. But if we're talking about how long the shutdown may last, I pick up, they could end the crap today or tomorrow if they wanted to, but I feel like these airheaded, I can't even be in this energy too long. It's just so gross. He does not care about nobody. He think he is just literally the ruler of the land. Leo season of next year feels really significant when it comes to something about orange orangutan man being exposed. You could have something to do like with his kids, especially like if he has a kid and the kid is a Leo or something like that. But something about Leo season is coming up here maybe in the next year or so for this freaking fool. As far as he's concerned, he does not operate shit. He has no pull like he projects himself to be. They literally tell him what to say, and I feel like at one point he used to fight them about like what he wants to say or what he wants to put out to the public, but lately he's just been kind of going with what they tell him to say. So he's being controlled, of course, like by somebody else. He has no say. He doesn't even really know what's going on. Even if he wanted to change shit and make shit better for like the Americans, I feel like he's so deep raveled in his bullshit that, mm, baby, even if he was not on board with the crap that he's done, he can't get out of this shit if he tried. I feel him going down like in a sinkhole. Because I get this like real light-headed sinkhole feeling when I think about the orange orangutan. So there's definitely something going on around his crown chakra and his third eye. Like he is just so static. I don't know who the hell said static entertainment. I don't even know what that is, but that could be something significant to those people. I get this vibe like the orange orangutan or somebody. They're showing me the other fool, the vice, the VP, him leaving or traveling somewhere or trying to get out of it. Someone's gonna be trying to run away from their consequences. It could be Trumpito, because I do have air energy. I don't know the VP dipshit's birthday, so I don't know. Like he could be a fire sign, a Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo, but honestly, he's like ran by Mars, but it doesn't feel like he has much fire in his chart. If this is the VP I'm talking about, but somebody's leaving. I'm not gonna tell the orange orangutan's business that much, but he really needs to work on his heart space. He needs, if he wants to survive past Leo season of 2026, he's gonna have to clear out his root chakra and his sacral chakra space. He got a lot of issues with his gut. He's emotionally unstable. We know that, but Orange is just like he is just overly. It's disgusting to even say, but he could even be like overly schmexual, like a panschmexual, allegedly, because he's just so imbalanced and he's gonna try to get his rocks off any way he can. He might have like a corn addiction or something. That is just way too deep. But either way, he needs to balance that out. Because there's something within that area. Either he's like, I know his like something was swollen on him. I don't remember if y'all were like talking about his legs, but there definitely feels to be something going on around his sacral, his heart space, and his root. Hell, all of them. All of them. He has like a really mucky gray aura. Mm. I'm also picking up energy for like Mars. Like he's really gonna experience like deep depression too. I pick up because he isn't able to be, let's say, as macho masculine as he once used to be. So for example, you know how men love to do manly things like build shit or like go to the gym and like show off to the bros of how much they can like lift and shit. I feel like he is unable to hang around the guys like he used to. He does not accept his age. He really thinks about sometimes often, like, you know how he would just like drag the hell out of Biden boy uh for his age and whatnot, or like the King Bernie. I fuck with Bernie. It's like sometimes he thinks to himself. I get that vibe. Like I talk shit about people, but I'm over here falling apart. That's what he said. That's what it feels like to me. Mm. But yeah, the government shutdown, it's going down. He's going to prolong it as long as he can because he wants to make as much moolah, allegedly, as he could. That might be exposed. I give that about 8 weeks. Something in the next 2 months is going to be exposed about that. Scorpio season definitely feels significant. I'm over here like, like late November. It could be late October. It could be around Halloween. Maybe a little bit after Halloween because this feels like around like a Thanksgiving aura. I don't know who the hell we're giving thanks to, but y'all let me know if you guys are going to like get into the antics of the holidays this year because ain't nothing about the America's cherry. I feel like this point, the holidays is just a time for us to be close to our loved ones and support each other. do our own little generational rituals and whatnot, but yeah, I feel like mother effers around Trumpito are going to turn their backs on him, and he's going to try to play it out like he has all these friends and all these friends in high places, and he's a part of the squad, and it's like, really, he's not really part of the squad. I personally, maybe people did kick me out the group chat and start their own group chat. I feel like that did happen to me, but it feels like he was once in a group chat and they made like a group chat behind his back. That's really what it feels like here. And he's gonna be super hurt about that. So he may go like on another tantrum. Um, I want to see what the vibes are going to be like with these cities that he's trying to deploy the guards to. When it comes to Orange Orangutan looking to deploy National Guards in cities and across the nation because he's such a pussy, he sits lawlessly in his office, scrambling and scraping his ankles and knees to find more ways of how to piss people off because he's going on like a whole revenge tour. He feels like he's big shit. He feels like he a big dog. He feels like King Jong-un. One thing about Gemini men, no disrespect to Gemini men overall, but one thing I noticed about Gemini men is a pattern of them always wanting to be somebody greater, you know? Like they'll have their muses, they'll have the top notch bad mother effer that they want to be, not even like adopt traits into their lives and like do it in their own way, but they want to literally be the people they deemed viable ahead of their time, and they want to be like them. They never like Gemini men just never want to be themselves. They always like have this blueprint of who they want to be. It's like they just mock the fuck out of people when they're like living in their low vibrations. And this man here, this orange orangutan, fucking Cheezepuff face dickhead, thinks that he can just sit his ass down and on a throne. Like, I would not be surprised if he like would request a throne in his in that little office. I would not I would not be surprised. But he feels like he is just the man of the hour, and he feels like he's really sticking it to us. That's what he feels like. This is dead ass what he feels like. So when it comes to this National Guard, this is actually really funny. I feel like it's gonna blow up in his face. I give it about, and the length of time that I see is quite annoying. I feel like for the remainder of the year and the next year, even up to 8 months from now, he's gonna continue these invasions. He may continue these evasions. I kid you not, because he's profiting off of it on the side. There are so many investors with this motherfucker that invest. It's like people think, oh, he's using funding allegedly, you know, to get these guards to come out. But it's like he's getting offers and other mother effers are getting in on this because it's a whole underground thing going on. I don't want to put too much on that, too much gas on that. I feel like that would be like deep dive Patreon type of work one day. I could always come back to that. But he is going to be exposed. I feel like the government, I feel like Congress or somebody, don't Department of Justice. I feel like there is Supreme Court. They're gonna halt this because I did just say that he funnels things allegedly from other sponsors to fuel the backs of the ice cubes. And I also feel like someone above his pay grade is going to rebuke this, stop it, because it's actually no resources left. I guess the government shutdown would imply that too. So I feel like, in a way, he feels like he's making money off the shutdown, but realistically, he's actually going to get a shitty end of the stick because something about this shutdown and him deploying all these guards and whatnot, there's this vibe of like the shutdown also affecting that, if you know what I mean. It's like you can't fire one without the other, if that makes sense. So I feel like that could definitely unravel within like the next 8 months. I also feel like Scorpio season is pretty strong here too with him. But yeah, he's losing so much energy. There's there's just so much further you can go with like lacking energy. He just always wants to sleep. And he takes the energy that he does have and it's like fueled by hate and just disgusting low vibes, you know? So, yeah, that's what I get so far for this foolishness, this soap opera in the Americas. It's ghetto as hell here sometimes. I have much more readings that I want to do. So, yeah, I'll be back.